Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Sam. Welcome to episode number 8 of Adventure to Ascension. So to start this episode off, I am here at QBD. The reason I am here is to make just an extra bit of cash to be able to buy 50 Sextus keys. I believe I only need about 5 mil and I can go buy the 50. So I thought I'd just go to a boss which I knew would make me some easy cash, and QBD was definitely one of them. So I did go to QBD, and of course, you know, no major drops. You can't really get major drops here at QBD anymore that are worth a lot of value. You could maybe say the Visage, but it's still only worth about 1 mil. But I did actually manage to pick up a Starved Ancient FG, which was quite nice to get. Someone left in the comments as well, I might sound a bit ungrateful when I tend to get effigies or certain drops, but really I am happy. It's just when I want to make money and I get an effigy, I just find it as a troll. But I'm still always really happy to get an effigy. But after, well, it was probably about an hour of QBD, I did actually price check all of the loot, and I made a surprising amount because I really didn't actually go hardcore for the hour. It was more kind of casual, and I still managed to make about over 6 mil from all of it, which is great. Really just go to show that QBD is just amazing money, and it's so easy to do once you know how to do it. And like the fact that many people can do this as well, you don't really need the best gear to kill QBD. It's just a really good way to make money. And if you are someone who does need some money, head over to QBD. Even if you do it for a couple of hours, you can make quite a lot of money, over 10 mil, and it isn't too bad of a boss. I don't mind it. It can get a little bit boring if you're doing it for many hours, but if you just do it every now and then, it isn't too bad. You can make some nice extra cash from that. Okay, so now that I had the money for the 50 Sextus keys, it was now time to buy them. And for these keys, they weren't too expensive, seeing as Quintus beforehand was about 1 mil. These were only about 400k, so they were one of the cheapest, so that was always nice to see. If you're here at the Ascension dungeon and you haven't got the signet in a while, and you're just like, you know, every single time you go in for a kill, you're just not getting it, it does feel pretty bad because it's like 400k a kill. It does feel like, it doesn't feel great pretty much. So for 400k, I suppose that's pretty decent. The main two expensive keys out of all of these would definitely be the Primus and the Quintus. So Sextus was fine at 400k for me. But now moving on to the actual boss of Legio Sextus. The special it has is that it can throw bombs out faster than the rest, and it actually throws them out in multiples. So it was actually quite difficult the first time I came here. I wasn't used to it, and you do get hit quite a lot. It's one of the bosses here where you can't really dodge the damage, especially from the bombs. Like, you just do get hit. You sort of just run into them when you're running around. Like the boss itself can like just tell where you're running, and it just throws it in front of you, and you do get hit quite a lot. And if you're new to this boss, you will kind of struggle a bit just because the damage from these bombs already is quite a lot. So when you're getting hit by like multiple, it does kind of suck. But I had the unicorn to help me out there with the health, which is good. A few people asked me about like a pack yak, but I do kind of die here sometimes, and I just didn't want to die with a full pack yak of rocktails. So a unicorn, you know, it does the job for me. Just only at the start of the bosses is where I'm a bit sort of rusty, I suppose. But after a few of the kills here, I'm pretty good. But for the actual drops here at Legio Sextus, the first one I got was a Quintus keystone, which was quite funny, seeing as I just finished with the Quintus boss. That was like 1 mil. And I think shortly afterwards I actually managed to pick up the Quartus keystone as well. So 2 keystones from the boss, and unfortunately that was all I got from the 50 keystones. I didn't actually manage to pick up the signet, which was quite frustrating. Even though the drop rate is 1 in 64, I'm so used to getting the signet like beforehand, before getting the you know, the second batch, I suppose. So to have to buy another batch, it just left a bad feeling in my stomach. But I guess I just have to make the money back, and what I'm going to do is head to Rise of the Six, which is a boss I haven't been to in a while, and hopefully pick up some good drops there to make a load of money to buy more keystones. But just before I go to Rise of the Six, I'm just going to quickly show you all of the loot I did manage to get from them 50 Sextus keystones, just to give you a rough idea of how much you can make. And it adds up to about 5 mil, so definitely, well, I lost like 3/4 of the money, I suppose. Got a quarter back, which is quite nice. I got lucky there with the keystones, but like I said, what I'm going to do now is head over to Rise of the Six. Going to get a team going, and hopefully do well there, because it is a boss I haven't been to in a very long time. So I'm going to have to get used to it again, and fingers crossed I can get some good drops. Okay, so here I am at Rise of the Six, a place you've probably never seen me at. And this is pretty much the very start of my time here, and I was actually quite nervous because I've seen some videos and live streams of people here at Rise of the Six, and it does require quite a lot of concentration, and you've got to do many things at once to defeat them. And for some reason I completely derped out and forgot half of my armor when I was coming here. I think I had some overrides on, or no, I didn't actually have some overrides on, but I just completely forgot my cape, ring, and I think it was like an aura as well. I really don't know how or why, but I just did, and that was completely, a complete fail already before I'd even got a kill. But luckily, actually, I did actually manage to get this kill later on, and from then on it was really quite easy for Rise of the Six, which was the surprising thing about it. I did expect it to be quite difficult, but I did have a good team, and after a while you just sort of got used to it. And for my role, it was quite easy. I think I was just tanking Verak, and you just got to get him low, get him to low HP, and then take out another, get that to low HP, and then when the other side are ready, you literally just kill them, and that's pretty much it. You've got to sort of get them all dead at the same time, because once you've killed one, they have this like secondary bar where when it hits full again, they come back to life. So you've got to make sure they're all dead at the same time, because if one doesn't die, because when one dies, it resets it. So if you haven't killed one in a while, it comes back to life. So you've got to be careful with this. It does require a lot of teamwork and communication and things like that. So after a while, or at the very start, it was a bit rusty at the kills, but after a while we did get used to it, and we were getting a load of kills in, which I'm going to show on the screen right now. I did manage to get a whole load of chests. I did actually do this for a couple of days. Actually, I really did enjoy it. It's got to actually go down as one of my favorite bosses, which was surprising, seeing as I've only been here for a couple of days. But the whole experience and time killing, it was really good fun. It was something new to me. Just running out of the room once you've killed them was quite fun, because if you don't know already, the room collapses behind you, and you've got to run out. You've got like a time to get out, and it was all really good fun, and it was something new to me, and I had to learn a load of new stuff too. So it was definitely good, and I got so many chests in, but unfortunately though, I didn't actually get a shield, which is the rare drop here, is the level 90 shields. I believe the prices of them are 40 mil, 40 mil, and 20 mil. So two of them are quite expensive, the other one not as much. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't actually get any of them, but I did actually get a load of drops, and the drops here are really good. The main being the Malevolent Energy, which is worth about 450k each. I did manage to actually get over 80 of them by the end of this, which is really great. And the other drops you get from here are relatively good actually. Things like Onyx Bolts, Runite Ore, you get Magic Logs, Rock Tails, loads of stuff like that, which is adds up to a nice amount. You do get loads of seeds too, and it was really good fun, and I had a hell of a time here. And it's definitely going to be a boss I'm going to go back to in the future to try and get the shields, because it'd be really nice to actually see them. I personally like the look of the shields anyway, but it'd be nice just to say I've had one of the shields from Rise of the Six, to say I've done that. And that'd be cool. So what I'm going to do now is show you all of the loot I did actually manage to get from Rise of the Six after a couple of days. I don't know how many hours, but I'm just going to say a couple of days because it was about that. And yeah, here we go. Okay, so all of the items in my inventory right now is from my recent boss trips. Now, it pretty much includes all of it, apart from one item, and that is the Malevolent Energy. That actually adds up to a whopping 50 mil, but for the time being, I just wanted to hold on to it in my bank, because all I needed to make for the 50 Sextus keys was 20 mil, and all of this plus my cash would equal that, which is fine to buy the 50, and would allow me to go to Sextus again and kill that one. So that's what I have done, putting in an offer now for the Sextus keys. And would you look at that, we got the 50 again. Can't wait to get back in that dungeon, and hopefully this time I can get the signet early on. And yeah, that'll be it for all the signets for the first crossbow. Oh, look at that, guys. Quite early on with the keystones, I managed to pick up the final Ascension signet. That is number 6, and there we go. We have now all of the signets needed for the first crossbow. But actually what I need to do is get the dragon limbs before I can even make it. But do remember, when I do actually have the dragon limbs even, I'm going to be waiting till right at the end before I make both of them, and going on from there. But definitely awesome to get the signet. That actually only took another 9 kills in from the second 50 keystones, which is a total of 59 keystones for the final signet. So for every single signet, I did actually beat the drop rate, which is awesome. The drop rate, again, if you don't know already, is 1 in 64. So that is really good. Probably saved a nice bit of cash from that. And yeah, guys, this will be it for episode number 8 of Adventure to Ascension. So if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to throw it a big thumbs up. If you can do that, that'd be amazing. But guys, that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.